right, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are. Game number 2, our final game here of the day. X-Sync taking on Complexity Gaming here in this 2-game series. Complexity up, 1-0 in a very, very decisive, no, not a decisive victory, really. I mean, it's obviously just very well played by them overall. And Fuzzy Sloth, the MVP standout, no doubt. Something like 9-0-15 on Prisoner. I mean, a hell of a game from him. And you can tell both teams definitely playing to win. In the end, though, Complexity coming out on top. So here we are, game number 2, joined by Near once again as my co-caster, and already developed into this draft a little bit. So getting into it, Ophelia, Midas, Warbeast, and Tremble were the bans. And then Complexity first picks the Parasite themselves. And then you got Magnus into Moraxis so far. There's the Pebbles pickup. So they may not have Ophelia, but they do at least get Pebbles, which is still very scary.
Something tells me we're going to see a lot more active lineup from drafted by Insania here. So we'll see how that works out. They do have the Parasite here, which I believe is the strongest jungler after Ophelia's banned at this point. But 3 stun heroes coming out from X-Sync so far. That's interesting. They want to be aggressive this time. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a trio of heroes right there that can move around the map and cause a lot of chaos. So it's something that Complexity, of course, is going to have to address. They go with the Aluna support themselves. They've actually liked the Aluna support a bit. I know Love has made it a point that it's a preference of his especially. So Baba Ganoush did play for them as well, though, before. So I guess just as a team they like this hero. What do you think of Aluna? You do?
I love it against those 3 heroes, yeah. The reason is they don't really usually get a Shrunken Head as a number 2 or 3 item. Maybe Pebbles does. But that sets up you, or puts you in a position to get a huge red stun off, which can turn the fight around completely for your team. So that's why I love it against those 3 heroes. I usually say you can pick up a Luna anytime there's 3 or 4 heroes on the enemy team that does not buy a Shrunken Head.
Oh, man. Prisoner coming out yet again for Fuzzy Sloth here, and I assume it's going to be in his hands. Getting it to go up against X-Sync again. Solstice, the immediate response.
Bubbles is up, which I would assume them to maybe pick up here and put against the Prisoner lane. Because Bubbles will have a hard time probably against Prisoner Luna and a Parasite coming in with the creep. But they do have the Solstice to also be active in mid, so I think a lot of action is going to happen there if it's the 2 versus 2 in mid lane.
Well, you say that, but then I'm looking at, I mean, they wouldn't really have a carry then, which I guess they don't necessarily have to absolutely have one, but that would be...
No, they'd like to draft the team fight heroes and then go for the win from there, from that point on.
That's fair. They slid their last
Pebbles can do some auto attack damage as well. Same with Solstice.
Yeah.
Getting something like an Insanitarius and Blink to be active and then getting a further lead from there.
So here we are thinking about the final pick for Complexity. It's obviously a carry of sorts is what they're thinking through, and had some interesting right clicks there. Bushwhack, and now even a Flint Beastwood. I don't think that's happening.
Probably not. Nope. It's a very bad hero in this case, if it's not a bad hero as it is right now. But there's free blinks on the enemy team. You do not want to play Flint against free blinks.
By the way, guys, I'll talk about this more after too, but the patch notes officially did release today. So a lot of changes coming with the new patch, and Flint's definitely one that comes to mind. He's getting some nice little changes. So as they were right-clicking him there, but not yet. So of course, patch hasn't hit yet. Gemini will be their pick. It's their flavor hero.
He's gonna be building a very tanky build this game, if you don't already do that on a Gemini. But I won't be surprised to see a Shrunken Head as well on the hero, even though it's kind of awkward.
Yeah. I'm trying to recall if Formless usually goes to Shrunken or not. Something tells me he doesn't, but because, like you say, with a split up, it kind of makes it a little
it does.
Awkward. But
like the ideal thing is just getting the stats build with the Frostwolf Skull and the Jarman's Bane, those kind of items, Wingbow, Behemoth Heart, and then being able to soak up all the damage from the Hillpoint side and then turning it around with your auto attacks. So that's what he's going to look to do, taking this late game. But they do have double initiate or counter initiate on the Legion side, so it's actually a very well thought out draft here.
Yeah, as you definitely would expect here.
Both drafts are looking to be that, so it's going to be interesting, this last game here.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to be a fun one. You got the final pick for Sync. They're really thinking about this, and I was going to say, are they going to go hard carry in the end? And they sure do. With Silhouette.
Okay, then they're confident taking the late game as well. And I think they will do some rat horn, that's what some people call it.
The rat
That's what I would assume, at least.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen them play Silhouette since Flensmeister hasn't been with them. So
They have played it a couple of times. They had one game where they had Guess a Wild Soul and then Mick a Silhouette, and both heroes had like 500, 600 GPM.
okay.
I actually think that was against Complexity as well, but Complexity managed to win that game in a hard deficit. I think it was Complexity. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay, I think I do remember it. Actually, yeah, it was a Cycle 1. Yeah. I think that is coming to me now. But well, they get it here. It's going to be in the hands of Keizu, it looks like. And we are good to go for game number 2. So as far as the lanes go, setting up, I mean, so far 05 heading towards the top here for Complexity. Solstice, a jungler favorite of Zlapt. He may not be a popular jungle overall, but Zlapt definitely, if he's not going to get Ophelia or Parasite, it seems like this is kind of his third option usually. As of late, at least.
Sure. He likes to be an active jungler as well as a hard carry kind of style, so Solstice definitely fits him as well. Likes to pick up that farm.
You got X-Sync. They're really hiding here. They're waiting to see if they come uphill, but
I think they're expecting something.
Yeah. Not going to happen, though. Complexity's fallen back, going to their lanes, or where are they going? Luna's still heading up here.
Yeah, Oscar has both voids. I think that's the kind of issue, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Luna gets them now.
Just handing them off right there. But Oscar on that more axis. Going to be back in his suicide ways as far as the role goes this game. Obviously, had that swap issue, but hey, they made do with it. Obviously, worked out in the first game, so. This time, though, Formless on the Gemini here in that short lane.
Yeah.
Suicide Magnus, not something we've seen in a long time. That's kind of died off, I feel like.
It's definitely still viable, and he has the potential to roam mid as well onto this dual mid prisoner here. So it's really, the game is, I think, really kind of gonna come down to who comes out on top of the mid lane here.
You got the middle matchup, a 2 versus 2. Always fun, especially when you have a hook hero that's involved. Look at this counter ward off the bat from Insania.
Yep.
Very well played.
Yeah, he put an early void in the mid lane and then spotted the Luna places. So, and this is where you want to have a void. So you see Parasite walk down this cliff over here. That void that he had would see that. So getting that out of the way definitely opens up options for Parasite to come in. Or, I mean, Solstice, of course.
I was going to say, yeah.
Solstice on help inside.
Wait a second. But that makes a little more sense, yeah. Solstice here. You see he's being chased by the Zombling. That's one of the changes, one of many that's happening in the patch. Jungle change. The Necromancers no longer will spawn the Zomblings as long as they're not controlled by an actual player. If you want to take it over as Ophelia, you can spawn them, but it won't be annoying now, so.
Yep. I don't think there's anyone who really feels like, oh yeah, here comes the zombie camp here, or the Antler Necromancer again.
Yeah.
Usually want to dodge that.
Yeah, so that'll help a little bit at least.
So, yep.
The bottom lane matchup, though, again, the Magnus in that suicide role. Really a 1 versus 1 against this Gemini, but Parasite is nearby. Oh, is that out of range? Yeah. Whoever's just out of range. So.
Magnus is going to put some pressure on him down here because of the volcanic touch. See Gemini half HP because of that.
Yeah.
Might look for Parasite to turn or rotate over at some point. He doesn't have voids down here, or the Magnus doesn't, so. Invest Parasite though. Might set something up with this.
He's going towards the middle.
Is he going for Courier Snipe maybe? Assuming there's going to be Courier here soon with the bottle. Yeah, I think he is.
Is it still a ground courier?
Pibbles just does not have the bottle yet, so.
Where is he at? He needs one more creep kill, so it's not going to be happening. I mean, he's going to have to sit here for a little bit. We'll see if he's patient.
does actually have the gold to upgrade it. It's one of those cases where you have the gold, but you don't always remember to use it when you hit the 200 gold mark.
Okay, here we go. It's coming. Is he going to be patient enough? If he waits here for another 10 seconds.
It's gonna be huge if he gets this.
No, stay, no, it's coming. It's coming. What you got? Just stay. Oh, now he sees it.
Oh my god.
He's gonna
Here we
steal the
go.
bottle. Oh, that's
Oh,
gotta
that's
be
huge.
so frustrating.
Especially with the drama too. And they
Yeah.
go in mid.
And now middle lane, Pebbles. He gets pulled in, but gonna be fine in the end.
Putting a shout out there. They're really taking it to them here. He did nerf his farm, but he really nerfed Pebbles here, so definitely worth it.
Oh, and he
And
gets
they're
pulled back in. And if he actually dies right here, he is. Bloodlust kill for Fuzzy Sloth on a Mickey there. That is absolutely huge. And that with the bottle snipe, I mean, this is going to be a really big start now for Complexity.
Yep, for sure. That's huge. Huge snipe there coming out from what you got.
Yeah. That patience. I mean, he sat there for a good minute at least. Just being patient and waiting, knowing that eventually it's coming. So, yeah, and that's one of the things. It's like you mentioned, too, it was still a ground courier. They thought that was going to be fine, and 99% of the games it would be.
Yep.
But
not this one.
not in this one.
I mean, looking at the stats, it's still a very even game, of course. Of course, there's this 1,200 gold swing that we can't really see from the stats.
Exactly,
but,
yeah.
But it's still what the players are thinking right now, and that momentum. I mean, Complexity are definitely hyped, and X-Sync is not happy about this. So that's gonna affect them a lot.
I would be so raged right now if I was. Yep. Now knowing Mickey, it seems like he's just a fun player, and he just feels like a player that doesn't really let things get to him like that too much. But you know, I'm not him, so I wouldn't blame him if it's a very frustrating thing right now that he's dealing with. But it's what's done is done. You got to play on and know that there's still plenty of game left here. In the meantime, Silhouette is actually having a great time at the top lane with that said, so his teammate Kazu here is doing very well. In fact, a lot of damage coming out of Moraxis. Not going to chase, but using those ghost marches of hers. She just got. As Gemini.
Also sort of expected when he's against the melee hero here. If he's against the ranged in a one-on-one, I mean, Silhouette is actually not that strong anymore. Usually a hero like Bubbles would lose to the hero before it got the changes from long ago. But Bubbles can actually do very well against the Silhouette nowadays. If it's a true one-on-one and he doesn't have to fear anything.
Yeah.
Because of the attack range on Bubbles, he can attack him while running back and not getting re-attacked by the Silhouette in return.
So, wait, who did he give? Okay, he gave the bottle to a Luna. Wait. No, he gave it to Prisoner. Okay. So Prisoner got the bottle from Parasite, is that what happened? I didn't notice that.
I am actually not sure. Parasite does not have it. Luna has it.
Yeah, they've been switching it off. I'm pretty sure he gave it to Prisoner, and now Luna has it to get the 6-minute rune, but...
Oh, I think Formless has Mickey's bottle.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Yep.
That's probably what it is. So, yeah, I was wondering where that ended up, but...
So if you hold your mouse over, what is it, a Luna's bottle right now, you can see it's Fuzzy Slots. Okay. But they only have one other bottle, so I would assume it's on Formless.
Got you, yeah. That makes sense, okay. So, yeah, it's going to say on Parasite. That wasn't even... I was thinking this whole time, like, taking it away from Pebbles, but then, yeah, that gives it to them, too. So it's just who gets it in the end. And obviously, they gave it to Gemini here, so it's allowed him to, I guess, stand a little bit stronger in this bottom matchup. I found that a little surprising, to be honest. I figured they might have wanted to give that to Prisoner and then just let him go from there. But maybe he had already gotten it, to be fair.
I think he was ahead in farm and already bought his at the time. So
that makes sense. Anywho, 7 minutes in, and right now, Complexity, 2 players that are doing pretty well on farm. You got X-Sync, the 1, and Silhouette. And obviously, Pebbles, he's kind of even skewed a little bit at 240 GPM. Oh, the Skeleton King net just a second too late.
If they coordinated that a bit more.
Well, they're going in, actually. Solstice is here. Here comes a combo on a Prisoner. The wave coming out from Pyromancer. It's not enough, though. They turn it, actually, on a Solstice, and now TPing in his Gemini. Beautiful land. Onto Pebbles. Gets the kill with that Twin Breath, or the Twin Fangs right there. Meanwhile, Magnus stunts in. At least we'll secure a counter kill on a Parasite. But, again, Complexity coming out on top there. Double tap for Fuzzy Sloth.
Yep. Fuzzy Sloth actually manned up there, and then just survived with like 30, 40 HP, one auto attack away after using all his spells. And even last hitting was it Solstice, who could also have last hitted him, but he knew his boundaries perfectly there, and then got the turn off. That was a huge play by him. And of course, the response coming in from Formless, and yep, that was very, very well played.
Yeah.
Of course, the initial grip into mid hook was not the best, but the rest was very well executed.
So safe to say Complexity has definitely addressed Mickey here on Pebbles. They've accomplished that already very well. So, but now it's how does it transition? Here's the question. You see top lane? Nope, going to be fine.
That's what they want from Complexity. They want to shut down the Pebbles and drag the game on, because if they can delay the portal key, it opens up more space for Gemini. And I think that they're comfortable taking a late game with the Gemini pick here.
Speaking of Gemini, 355 gold per minute. He actually has a regular teacher on him currently, and that's it. Of course, at the bottom, the steam boots, but maybe he doesn't have anything. Yeah, it's only 8.5 minutes in, so that makes sense. Meanwhile, back to the middle lane. Pyromancer gets pulled in. The shackle should be enough. No!
Oh!
Wow, got him down to under 10 life. But he actually escapes there. So very close call. Wild Hunter coming in. Charging
Is he looking for the pyro? Yeah, I think he's running over him.
Oh, yeah.
Him. But of course,
he's out. Next to him. Top lane, Silhouette going at it with Moraxis. Moraxis going to force her to use the illusion, actually, and he kills it. So, plays pretty aggressive play. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Gemini pushes in the bottom tower on top of that. So, pretty good sequence of events there for Complexity. Happening here. Prisoner going to be working on the portal key next, most likely now. What he already has here. You're going to have it much, much sooner. In fact, speaking of that, what do you do if you're Pebbles here? You know, you're 600 gold already behind because of the bottle snipe. Do you go right into portal key now even, or do you still kind of finish the steam boots and work from there?
I don't think he'll finish the steam boots. I think he'll go straight for the portal key right now with the start that he's had. So he is able to keep up with any prisoner roam in whenever he has his blink. So almost again here.
Yeah.
I like that they keep trying. I mean, the worst thing that happens is they miss. Oh.
Yeah, miss, use some bottle charges, but the miss and apparently return right here. Prisoner in some trouble. Solstice chasing. Doesn't have the stun, of course, but it doesn't matter. Prison break was used. But obviously, he died shortly after. It's not really a big deal. Parasite. Oh, man, if he comboed here, he still can go in. If he gets chucked, here comes the combo. Needs to get that leech off. No, but the line of sight causing issues. Okay, he did get it off. Meanwhile, Gemini jumps in, but a big counter eruption coming out from X-Sync. And they're definitely on top of this fight right now as Gemini in the background is trying to run away. 5 more seconds on the Twin Fangs right here. Silhouette in pursuit. You do see somebody's flanking. That would be Magnus. He's trying to come in from the other side, and I think Gemini picks up on that, realizing that he's still in a very tight spot, and he will be picked off in the end. So good pursuit and chase, and X-Sync, that was a hell of a fight for them.
Yep. Also very well played there. Parasite was unlucky enough to not get his combo off onto the Pebbles before he turned on him. And Formless unfortunately missed his Q onto, I can't remember, for Solstice, which would have guaranteed the kill there. So, but they dove very far for that after the prisoner died. So, just a bit of an extension. But they tried to go for the kills after the Hellborn side used all the stuff, so I understand why they did it. But it didn't work out. They missed too many spells.
Yeah. Prisoner at the bottom lane is going to farm up the creeper that he gets right there and then fall back. But again, 1,500 gold saved up on him. Getting pretty close. So we were just talking about Pebbles before that fight and what he made. Now he actually does finish the steam boots here, and I assume maybe a bit of that has to do with how that fight just went so well for them right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Changes it a little bit.
Yep.
And he still even goes to power supply.
It's when fights like that break out, you think, okay, there might be another one. What would I rather have? 1,000 gold in the bank or the steam boots right now helping me to maybe get another kill or two or survive in a fight? Then you pick him up.
So you see right here, he's going to go back in, actually. Here comes some backup. He actually will chuck a Luna instead as she threw the stun initially and the blazing strike to get the kill. Prisoner hooked in 3 heroes, but no really follow-up as Moraxis is running in. And here comes the TP as well. Wow, Pebbles is low. Yep, the face hug will finish him off. Solstice in the meantime going to the uphill. He's in a bad spot. Hook for Prisoner. Gonna set up pretty easily right there and gets the kill on him. Magnuson stuns back in. Needs one more auto attack. He will get it off on a Prisoner right there. And it's now a 2-for-2 exchange it looks like, and I think that's how it will finish in the end. So some more battle here in the middle lane coming out as Gemini gets there a little bit late, unfortunately.
Yep, there's a lot of action in the mid lane here. And it's understandable. You want to shut down the Pebbles and you want to shut down the Prisoner here. But all of a sudden, the Magnus is free roam too. He's actually doing very well, especially for being a ringer as well. It's hard to fill in on a team you're not used to playing with, and he has his portal key now, so that might be a deciding factor in the future here.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a great point to bring up. And again, he is ringing here for today for Matthias here for this complexity matchup, and sure enough, having a great game too, 3-0-2, and there's that portal key purchase. Going to be coming out to him here. Pebbles, he is actually, again, he got his bottle sniped initially, but now he's kind of recovered quite a bit. You see the GPM, he is over 300 gold per minute here. And portal key now is going to be next in line for him, so obviously, of course, a little bit later than the others, but if he actually picks it up right here, I mean, Prisoner's now been stopped a couple times since he was really on momentum, so his portal key is still a little bit off here, and actually...
Oh, on the Ancients here. That might be huge for Hillborn here if they support it out.
Yeah.
Still, this W was used. I don't know if they saw them with it.
They're going to fall back for there. They want to maybe go for the middle lane on a Pebbles. Oh my god, the tail end of it just barely caught it. Red stun comes out. That's going to be dead Pebbles, but a big Magnus eruption coming out in the meantime for the counterplay. Gemini jumping, Pyromancer off to the side. Down goes Parasite and Miraxis, though. Pyromancer is going to be picked off, so is Prisoner. And it's a 3-for-2 exchange for X-Sync right here. Gemini, he does get out of range of the Solstice Ultimate, the Loot of Judgment right there, but it might not matter. Gemini, Twin Fangs away, just going to get him the distance, unless a Deathload of Snipe. Is he going to go for it? Oh my god. Just hit it, just hit it, just hit it. No.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think he had vision of him. That's why he didn't do it. Else he could have possibly done it randomly here. But I think he was just out of range.
Yeah, he
else
must have been.
Gone for it for sure. I mean, Kisser is good enough on Silhouette to get that snipe if he saw him.
Well, didn't even try for it, so Gemini getting off there a little bit, but the numbers, again, in favor of X-Sync, and they've constantly been winning more and more fights now, and having the 10-7 hero kill lead, and the golden experience is showing with that, so...
And all of us, and there was the Magnus eruption that they did not expect here. So Silhouette.
Well, that was maybe a little greedy.
Yep.
Kesu wanted to steal the Ancients. Now, he did steal most of them, to be fair.
Yeah. Was a very needed kill for Complexity there, getting Silhouette down, because he's really starting to snowball out of control here.
Meanwhile, the Ancients on the Hellborn side, Pebbles trying to
Pyromancer.
work at them as, oh yeah, Pyromancer, Blazing Strike on a Prisoner, actually trying to go for a setup with the kill himself before they go down. He goes down there with the hook, and down goes Magnus. So, nice 2-for-0 turn there for Complexity. You do see Solstice nearby. Is in day form now. So has that charge stun if he finds the opportunity. What a Twin Fangs right there. Gemini, Formless is really on point with that. Again, that is not an easy stun to land. He definitely hits a lot more than he misses, so. Well played.
This is something X-Sync does a lot. When they get a bit ahead, then they just rotate into the enemy jungle, try and force them out of there, the opposing team, and then nerf their farm as a result of that. But in this case, Complexity knew that, and they just walked in there, 4 people, and capitalized off of them being there out of position.
Yeah.
So nice rotation. I mean, most teams, they just sit back. Okay, there's a Solstice here. Let's be careful. I can't go here. They just group up as 4 or 5 people and take back the jungle. And now it's all of a sudden a slight favor, or the game is in a slight favor for them. So
I know, which is crazy. I mean, remember what I just said like 2 minutes ago? That was
a 5k swing.
Yeah, it was nearly 4,000 or 5,000 gold even for X-Sync, and now it's in favor of Complexity. So. Yeah, it started with that Kizu getting picked off of the Ancients, and it really snowballed from there. So very well played, definitely for Complexity. And they're right back in the lead. And Gemini, you know, obviously a big factor of that and where he's going as he now finishes the Firebrand here. So a little bit of insight is what he's looking to pick up. Meanwhile, middle lane, Illuminati's out from Solstice. Scouting out right here, seeing about... anyone, is that that has to be a fake, yeah. Okay. Not more access there. I thought I was just maybe hiding, but... Oh, definitely a fake one. They kill the tower. Really nothing done in result. Pebbles, he finds Gemini. Here comes the hook, though. Going to be sidestepped by one hit. Magnus, though. Prison Break comes out. Gemini barely stays alive with the Twin Fangs. Got to stay alive. In comes Solstice. It does miss, though, for the kill. Gemini in the background going to go up and heal. His teammates in the meantime looking to clean up some kills. Silhouette wants to chase. It might come at a cost, though. Solstice goes down. It's a 3-for-0, and it may come at a cost. It absolutely will. He gets pulled back in. He has the null stone. It doesn't even matter. Ultimate Warrior streak for love on a Luna, and a huge success there for Complexity.
Yep. they're really lacking the portal key on Mika here, so they can get the initiations that they want. Huge counterplay coming out from Complexity here. I mean, that was a huge turn from Prisoner, getting the Prison Break onto the Magmus and the Pebbles, so they could not reinitiate with another line stun, and Magmus could not get out and channel up that eruption. So very important to kill those heroes. And then a Luna with actually does a lot of damage with the Emerald Lightning charging up that attack speed. It actually does a lot, which you don't really notice anymore. But after the change, she actually does a lot of damage.
That's a good point. Yeah, the right
I know
clicks
it sounds
that she
silly,
puts out.
but
Yeah,
she actually does now. So
oh,
if she gets a lot of heroes hit by the Emerald Lightning.
that makes sense. Yeah, the attack speed that she steals. I'm sure she's right. She's a right-clicking turret in the back.
Yep, she did get the Steam Boots, so she's actually doing a lot.
Yeah, you look at the damage chart, she's actually third in the game right now, barely. I mean, 14%.
Yeah, it's actually at 14%. There we go. Also, of course, the power throws in the early game does have a huge impact on that.
Absolutely. Oh, I had the wrong screen right there. Anyways, back to up here. There was a little bit of a back and forth, but Silhouette gets away. She's split up with the Illusion. Going to be going off cooldown here in just a second, though, and that'll be that. So, by the way, Silhouette, again, she's had the Nullstone now for a little bit, has Kzu, so good to see there. And guessing, of course, the Portal Key going to be next for her. As far as to follow, Portal Key is finally picked up on Mickey, so a lot later than they would have liked, but at least he has it now. Which, of course, is the good news here for X-Sync. Puzzle Blocks is at a level 2, it looks like. Yeah, level 2 Puzzle Blocks on Parasite. He's going to scout out with them right here. See if, what's coming out. And sure enough, the whole team basically here from X-Sync. It's actually Morak. Oh, misclick. He did not Portal Key. He stomped, and that was a big misplay. It backfires big time. And he goes down. So that's unfortunate for Complexity. And now X-Sync, they want to get more out of it. Don't know if they're going to be able to, though, unless maybe they catch a Luna. Oh, the stun was
almost.
just short.
Yep.
Good attempt. So that's the good news for Complexity. As bad as a play that was, it only cost them the one life, at least.
Yep. I like the decision to back off then. I mean, we failed the initiation. Don't commit. Let's get out. We have one casualty. That's enough.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of teams may feel forced at that point. Like, oh, well, now we got to try to make something happen. Yep. Exactly, though. It's Complexity is, you know, it happened. Mistakes happen. Let's just fall back. And that could have been a lot worse. So Morax is going to make sure. Yeah, I don't know if, you know, it could have been canceled, to be fair. It might have been the Illuminate.
Bottom.
That canceled it. But, oh, bottom lane.
Double damage Pebbles actually catches, yeah. Nice execution there. Double damage Pebbles is, does a lot of damage in the early game here. 380 damage 20 minutes into the game. That can kill a lot of heroes here.
Yes, he certainly does. So big kill indeed. You do see the Mighty Blade on Gemini. So will it be a Frostburn or will it be a Shrunken?
I think it's a Frostburn, but it could also be the Shrunken Head. It's not out of the question with all these fights taking place. So,
yeah.
Oh, Pebbles.
Pebbles and Prisoner. Oh, again! The Prisoner breaks out of range now. It's not going to work. Magnus comes in with the eruption for the counter. He does hook in Pebbles. Gets chucked right off, though. Morax with the Matrax is up. Here comes the Skeleton King. Parasite face sucks in. Stalagmite stun will stall initially, but I think they are going to successfully get the kill some way, somehow. The fact that worked out so well is pretty crazy. Meanwhile, Solstice actually did ultimate in the background. I don't think it hit anybody, though.
Oh, Magnus was trying to bait them to go on him because Solstice was channeling out that ulti, but didn't work.
So that was.
I mean, look at Parasite. He can do a lot of work in these fights. Puzzle box 3 here. It's a deadly timing for if you're the Hellpoint side. You really want to kill him before he infests a Mauler.
Yeah, it's a big threat for sure. And yeah, again, even at that time, the initiation once again was a little late. Didn't really matter as they did successfully come out with the kill. So that was the good news there. You do see Prisoner. He's not snowballing like last game by any means, but still doing very well. 360 gold per minute just about. Looks like a Soul's Bulwark for him could be happening here as he's saving up that gold now. The Hellborn side, Magnus, what about Solstice? We haven't really talked too much about him. He doesn't have much. 1,600 gold saved up. I guess, yeah, he's only farming 220 gold per minute, so actually hasn't been that great of a game for his lap tier.
No. He has been dying when they've been going for kills in the mid lane here and throughout the fights, so that hurts him, of course. But I mean, that's what happens in these action-packed games.
Absolutely. You got the double stack Ancients over here on the Legion side. You do see the Illuminate there from Solstice, or Luminescence as it's in night form here. Is that a real Solstice? Or not Solstice, Silhouette? It was not. The real one is all the way at the bottom lane, pushing in the bottom tower. It looks like she is successfully going to get it here as she tree couples in, so. Nice split pushing, and that's something that, of course, Complexity will have to be concerned of throughout this game. Solstice middle lane. He turns around with a quick Lunar Judgment right there. Wanted to hope for a turn in the end, and then will get the turn on to Prisoner as here comes Parasite. Now, he comboed Magnus. I don't know if that was intended or not. So it does not finish off Solstice. Meanwhile, Pebbles in the background is going to get caught, and he goes down. Parasite, though, still dealing with more. The Mauler, though, he takes it over, and that is doing the work as expected. There's the kill on a Magnus. Silhouette, she does not have her illusion, remember. This is absolutely the real one. She is going to split up now as I say that. As it came off cooldown, she swaps at the last second. Oh, no, that was a portal key. She is going to be fine. Anyways, I get the kill on a Parasite's the point. As Pebbles, he did buy back, by the way. That's in Magnus, apparently, so that is getting Complexity to fall back here, but Pebbles is going to get a catch and gets the one kill. Double tap for Keizu in the end. So X-Sync does fight through there, but again, it did require 2 buybacks.
Yeah. I mean, Love landed a huge 4-second stun onto the Solstice to start it off, but he did not auto-attack with it, and as a result, Solstice lived. He was afraid to commit there and get line stunned on top of by a Magnus, so both him and Prisoner were stunned. But I would like to see him man up there to guarantee the kill onto the Solstice. But 2 buybacks, so I would honestly say Complexity comes out on top because they only get 1 kill in return. Oh, mid lane.
Middle lane, this is big, yeah. Eruption, Teltec, but it's going to cost Silhouette. Now, that was an interesting play, and that's why, because now Magnus is also going to die, so obviously not worth it for X-Sync. That was all because Prisoner landed a hook, and Silhouette was actually running away. She would have been fine, but Magnus was channeling up his eruptions, and I guarantee, Skype, whatever they were calling, no, go, go, go. And so she turned around, went for the kill, which they got, of course, but that did delay it a little bit longer to allow support to come in. Now, here we go once again. Veiled Rock Yanking coming in. Gemini's in trouble, and he doesn't even know. A big nuke from Solstice there, and he cannot Twin Fangs the whole time. Parasite going to go for the combo, gets the kill at least onto Aluna. Nice job with the manager on the Mickey as well, and now they're going to chase him down with a red stun, and that should secure the kill onto him eventually, as there we go too. So a lot of exchanging going on here between these 2 teams, and it's going to end up with a tower kill for Complexity.
And look at this, Aluna level 15. I mean, Aluna and Parasite has an amazing impact on this game. They're really doing work at this point. I mean, Love is 6-2 and 10 here. It's a monster Luna game. It's also a little bit expected, but this good is quite amazing. It's very well played from him so far in this game.
Wow,
and this puzzle box is just, I mean, he's just chasing. They can't really do anything to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Alchemist Bones, that's why that's an item that's pretty popular nowadays against a Parasite, but so far, no. But I mean, you would think Solstice, I guess, would be kind of the candidate, honestly, but he chose not to go that route.
He's a tanky hero and could go for it, but with the start he had, I guess he didn't want to, or they didn't really see Parasite as a threat this game.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, he really, really is. It's a high priority kill for them if they can get him.
You got the Frostburn was finished, by the way, on Gemini, and now he does have another Mighty Blade, so it seems like he is. The answer was both in the end. It's just a matter of getting one first, of course. So again, I assume that's going to be a Shrunken. I guess the Brutalizer is not out of the question completely, but
that's going to be a Shrunken Head, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised to see a Brutalizer on a Gemini.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, I think so at least.
If it used to be a...
But, I mean, when he has it, I don't think he's going to die anymore at this point. Or anymore, it's too hard to say. This is going to be a long game, I think. I mean, very interesting as it's shaping up so far.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yes, it is, and that's a good thing. You're right about Aluna, man. Level 15. I mean, you compare that to everyone on the Hellborn side. She's higher than everyone, tied with Magnus, and then Silhouette, the only one that's, of course, a bit higher at level 19, or 18 even. No, 19. Yeah, the real one's 19. So this hero, man.
Wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Diffusal Blade on her to purge away the Silhouette illusion when she swaps. It's very powerful,
so
making
good.
sure she cannot reinitiate.
Yeah.
Or something like a Hellflower. That's not also out of the question. Of course, not right now, but as the game goes longer here.
Yeah. And the Nullstone doesn't actually absorb it, so it's like it would just instantly kill the illusion. So yeah, no, absolutely, no Fireblade.
Very powerful. Also causes the Silhouette to play more careful after she swaps out.
Mm-hmm.
it's a case also if you might not get the kill, but her main hero or her Lucian might be way or a long way away from the fight that's taking out. So if she swaps out and is not able to swap back in, she's actually out of the fight, and you have a 4-5 all of a sudden.
Bottom lane, Felderock coming in now. X-Sync, they pick up on something here. They start falling back. Magnus, though, hanging around. Uh-oh. Toltuk, not sure what his plan is. Oh, the lava surge. He got a little lucky there, but good timing as well.
Nice reactions.
Yeah. That was
He
definitely
was,
scary.
I mean, the magma or the Maraxis was smoked, so.
Pebbles, double damage rune actually is just going to walk right up to it and pick it up. Oh, is he going to
They
go?
don't have vision there, or Legion doesn't
Yeah.
think Lava's trying to place a void, and then all of a sudden there's a Pebbles. Both teams are scared at this point here. No one wants to make a mistake. It's getting more crucial here with hero kills.
Absolutely is. Middle lane, they chuck in Pyromancer, but that portal key. Quick reactions on either side. Coming out right here. So well played by Fuzzy Sloth, reacting to that Chuck chance. He's going for a Shrunken Head, it looks like, too, by the way. So, yeah, he's not going the Souls like last game and hard-hitting route. He's going to be going more of a initiation pure.
Yeah, both teams are on top right now. They're really, really focused. Getting those blinks off, those reaction timings are amazing at this point. So it's good to see. Both teams really want to win here. They're focused.
They definitely are. Solstice choosing to go the portal key on the Mighty Blade. So having a little more some more jump to him. You got the Geometry finished. Jump here in the middle lane. Parasite he gets his combo off though. Puzzle Box goes out, and he infests it at the last second. Hook on a Pebbles, he goes down, and Parasite stays alive. What you got? He did so much so quickly, and he stays alive through it all too. That was beautiful play.
That's even without a Bulwark, but he had the vestments, of course. Very huge or a nice pickup against the Pyromancer. Without those vestments, he would have for sure died. So good pickup from him, getting that before. Or at least getting that at all. I mean, Vestments is huge this game against the Pebbles, Magnus, and the Pyromancer, even Solstice Ultimate. Actually surprised that Oscar hasn't picked it up. Solstice Shield here and picked it up. See, Luna has it. Even Formless could buy it and sell the bottle, but he will have to sell it eventually again, I guess. So, and he is going for the Shrunken Head, so it's all right.
I don't even know anymore. These are all fake down here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the real ones in his own jungle. So, KZ just doing a little bit of a split push here. Putting pressure down here. You see what you got nearby is pretty aware that those are fake by now. Middle
We're going to see a lot of that this game.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what Silhouette brings to the table, of course. So. That's as he should be doing. That's obviously one of the big strengths of the hero. Being able to constantly split push and keeping the other team guessing and occupied him. And he does continue to be the top farm. He actually has been the top farm for pretty much this whole game here. 500 plus gold per minute now, so definitely cannot underestimate that. He's got the Geometer Spain, so now where does he go next in line here? Does he need a Shrunken, we think, or no? Would that be too defensive, I guess, the Silhouette?
The Silhouette? It might be too defensively, because, I mean, he's not the one initiating and then getting counter-initiated by as Maraxis stun, I think. So, but again, he does not want to get 5-second red stunned by Luna and from an unfortunate bounce. So it's not out of the question, but I would like to see him pick up a damage item first, at least.
All right. So KZU once again goes for here. Middle lane, Gemini. What are they doing over here in their Congo pit? Scouting out, I guess, what the puzzle box means. Gemini's nearby, but he's actually going to fall back, so not exactly sure what that was about. I'm looking for a solo kill, I guess, but in the end, he ports to the top lane and kill the illusion that was pushing it in. And now push
Shrunken Head on Prisoner this time now, so... I mean, they're getting the Shrunken Heads. That's very important. Even Oscar is going for one, and that's what they should do. If they have the Shrunken Heads and initiate, I mean, they cannot get a counter-initiated on. Wow, they get the Parasite this time.
Yeah, they say get out of this, and that time the lockdown was a little too much. Magnus, Pebbles, and Silhouette all providing something there, so that was a good catch for X-Sync, securing the kill this time. And what's been a tough target to actually commit to a kill on. And what do they think about Congo now? Looks like it.
Yeah. Also, something to note here is that Aluna is starting to farm, and Prisoner has kind of stopped farming with the start hit that he had. I mean, Aluna is a hero that can be very effective, picking up some items here. So I kind of like that.
Yeah,
that he's getting the farm priority at this point.
Well, so what do we want to see on him then? He has 2,800 gold, just like a sheep stick.
Something like the Nullfire Blade or Hellflower would be my preference here.
Yeah, Hellflower does some damage too. So again, what you're talking about. His right click actually gets to attack pretty fast, as long as he gets a good Emerald Lightning bounce off.
And I mean, if he's a target that X-Sync goes for, with something like a Pebbles combo and the Silhouette follow-up, I mean, it makes up a lot of space for the rest of the team to really do work in the fight. If they're not the ones being initiated on.
Top lane, you see Prisoner. He's waiting to see if somebody's going to push in this creep wave up here. Magnus thought about it, but then falls back, decides it's best to let the tower be there, but they still might dive this. However, they need to be careful with that. Although Portal Key from Solstice, that'll just be like, it's too many there.
That W from Solstice, very, very good scouting tool, very efficient.
Yeah, the Illuminate is excellent for that, and Slapped is on top. But that's what I was talking about earlier. I wonder if when Oscar messed up there, it might have actually been the Illuminate that canceled the Portal Key, to be fair.
Oh yeah, that's definitely possible. I did not see it, so...
Okay, the fake one here now. I was going to say, I think in case he initially was down here, but he actually put some good damage on the Gemini. And then swapped out as the support came in. Gemini is over 2,000 gold, now saved up. Okay, you're right. No Fireblade on Love, so takes your advice, Nier.
Yep, I like it. It's gonna nerf Silhouette's impact in the fights, so very good pickup. And the Luna's gonna actually do a lot of damage with the right clicks if she gets to actually right click in the fights. If she lands a huge red stun, she has a lot of attack speed here.
Absolutely does. Yeah, no, I'm very interested to see how that works for them in these fights. I mean, the damage charts, again, she's actually top on her team right now. Again, Power Throw, of course, helps with that, but got to think the right clicks are also doing a bit too, so interesting pickup indeed. The Storm Spirit on Magnus once again. Picked up, though, so nice defensive tool there for his team.
Yeah, Storm Spirit's also going to be key here. I would assume that would be the next item as well, on something like a Luna here. Or even Parasite, that they get a Storm as well.
Yeah, both teams very content right now. This was a very action-packed game in the first 20 minutes, but the last 15 has been very, very passive. As I say that, Gemini gets caught here. He pops the Shrunken, though, and now he's looking to turn. Magnus, initially, Storm Spirit on a Prisoner. Here comes the Silhouette with the Geometer's Bane back here. Parasite killing off Pyromancer, though. Gets the kill, so definitely some split action going on. Prisoner, he's going to TP out with the Shrunken Head. Meanwhile, back over here, Silhouette, that's a real one right now. Has a token, though. Meraxis getting away with that Matrax. Nobody dead so far in Complexity. Pyromancer is the only one dead. A lot of P's this game. As actually Parasite is in trouble now. Puts out the lead, trying to run away. Dust comes out, going for the TP. I don't think that's happening, though, as he had too much damage. So they will get a kill themselves, finally, on a Parasite there.
These two teams are playing so well at the moment. I can't believe that was only a 1-for-1 exchange here. But Pebbles hosting is welcome.
As we say that, Magnus Eruption, it does go off, though, but it's not going to be nearly enough. Oh, my God, it is Solstice. With his assistance, especially of that Breath of Soul, easy for the kill. Meanwhile, Prisoner now, Storm Spirit in the air, but they do not want to chase him, do they, Pebbles? No, he's not going to go in. So, but Gemini dead for another 70 seconds here. And look at this, Silhouette post-haste in. And still has the token, by the way, for another minute. So this is a huge, turning out to be really big now for X-Sync.
Oh, huge momentum swing in their favor here. And you do not want to use a buyback here on Gemini, but I think you have to defend your Rax. You cannot lose Rax at this point. It's too early in the game, I think. It's definitely worth a buyback.
Yeah, especially
huge
Silhouette.
5-second stun Silhouette.
Oh, that's a real one.
Here.
Yep. That's what's tough, though.
And
they knew that no
Fireblade. They did
Fireblade.
get pushed off there, so no more illusion there.
You know, I think she no Fireblade, but yeah, she killed the... she killed it after she swapped. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Another stun, though, but in comes the counterplay from
token.
Pebbles, though. Prisoner. He's dropping quickly. The prison break does go off, however. It keeps him alive as Meraxis follows it up. There's a token. Going to be used right there. Solstice ports out at the last second. He's going to be fine. Gemini buyback, though. doing some work, kills off Magnus, going for more chase. The stomp is out of range of Silhouette, though. She's just too fast. And she makes her getaway out of there. The post haste giving her a little too much speed. And she actually escapes. So they get the buyback that they were hoping for.
Yep. That's the most important thing. And the Luna's actually doing a lot of work in these fights with her right click there. She almost got the Solstice, I think it was, before he TP'd out there. So it was almost a two for a buyback there. But I think the most important thing for Xing there was that the Gemini boy bought back, and now he only has one left. So.
Also slows down his progress here. I mean, he's still only sitting on a Frostburn. Shrunken Abyssal Skull, it's a good core to have, but he's still not really very scary yet. I mean, he definitely is a hero that can scale very well, of course, with his passive especially, but he still needs a bit of farm, a bit more.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely not where he wants to be. He wants that Diamond Frostwolf at this point. So it's a bit... He's struggling a little bit here.
Yeah. That's Silhouette up here is... Gonna scout it out a little bit, just having some fun. Yep, swaps to the bottom lane though. And actually, are those actually gonna kill him?
Yep.
Wow. Those illusions.
And a little bit of trash talk here.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of that this series.
Yep. I mean, the early shout out after the courier snipe in the mid lane, and now that kill there. So.
Yeah, no, that was definitely well played though by KZ. I mean, again, it really shows you the strength though, especially now with the dancing blade on him. Again, the stats, they scale very well with the illusion, so.
Exactly. I like the wingbow pickup here. That's going to come in the near future. Makes the illusion stronger and the backdoor potential even bigger, and as well as the damage output and a bit of survivability against the auto attacks. So.
There we go. Is actually finished. Tablet finished on Pyromancer. Pebbles chucking his illusion out to not sure what that was about, just having some fun. Oh, maybe also getting
some
up
fun
here.
with it. Yeah.
Scout out with it, but Magnus top lane, almost as if they're setting up for something here. A Silhouette porting to the bottom. She has the illusion top though, so she could definitely swap if
they're playing this very cautiously. No reason to extend here. So just getting the tower out of towers here, slowly but surely.
Yeah. Yeah, Complexity's not very interested in making a strong defense here. Kind of creeping up a little bit, maybe deny it. Yep, there we go.
Silhouette is really having a factor now, because look at where Complexity is. They're definitely in their own base, not really able to get out of here, because Silhouette is pushing all lanes here. So,
absolutely.
She also has a lot of GPM here. She is the top farmer of the game, has a huge impact so far. Being able to solo the prisoner before definitely makes Complexity play more careful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Silhouette is, by all means, the reason why Sync is in as good of a spot they are here. And arguably, well, not even that, right? I think it's safe to say they are in the lead here. Of course, the buyback situation. And no racks are killed yet, though. I mean, this is definitely still anyone's game, of course. Love does decide to actually go for a full level 2 no Fireblade, by the way. He used a couple turns on it already.
Him and I pick some. Yeah, blessed off. Okay.
Busted over for the upgrade eventually here.
Yep.
Whichever it is, we'll see as Veil to Rot from Prisoner. So once again, Complexity going to try to make a move here. See about catching somebody. They have a word of sight. Could spot Solstice over here.
Yeah, they do.
Bottom lane in general. That's a free kill. Should be.
In.
Pebbles is here, but he doesn't want to go. You're on your own, Pyromancer.
He expects back up there,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, there's no point, especially now by him. Now, he actually might be him. No, he doesn't have enough.
They're being very sneaky down here. I mean, as soon as they see them leave here, Insania does have a word of sight down here, so now that he sees the TPs, they might go for Prisoner.
Is Pebbles going to stop the TP at least? No, he's not. He
Rax.
TP's in middle. Look at that Rax is dropping to the illusions, man. And they're constantly going to have to deal with that. So no Fireblade's good, but there's so many illusions at the same time.
Yeah. You have to purge the ultimate illusion there. But at the same time, it's still going to do a lot of damage to those racks here, so... This is a case where it's actually okay to avoid your own hills near your own base here, so you're able to spot Silhouette before she gets to your racks, and then being able to set up a counter kill onto her before she reaches them.
Yep.
Could be huge to swing back the map control in your favor.
Morax is almost scouting over here as if he knows someone's still here, but not finding anyone just yet, at least. So
Mega has been sitting here for a long time.
yeah,
But I mean, there's really nothing else he can do. I mean, Sync is farming the Ancients, farming their own jungle with Silhouette. Slab is farming their jungle where they can, so he doesn't really have a place. He might as well sit there, be patient, and try and see if there's an opportunity coming out. So for a potential kill here.
Said they're ready, but Hellborn team needs a quick little continue this break here. Yeah, I'm not too sure on the other series guys there, else I would let you know. I mean, just checking myself, it looks like they might even be finished actually, which isn't too surprising. Obviously, this one's definitely going the distance here, as we would have expected. But try to get you guys updates on how the other series played out here. We're currently going on. Do we have scores on other series? I'm just going to ask that. Anywho, this is, again, the final game no matter what happens here, though. And right now, Sync is trying to tie it and finish in a tie and claim their 1 point at least for Complexity. Trying to pull off a big victory here and get their bonus point as a result, and definitely would throw some things into the mix here as far as how things are shaping up in the group standings. But, yeah, you know, to be fair, you as a player for EVA Corporation here, you actually would want a 2-0 Complexity, I would think, because that would mean Sync would not be first place. They'd be tied with you still. I guess it really doesn't matter, though, in the end.
Yeah, we're still a little bit worried about just if we're even going to finish top 2 and just hoping for the top 4 as it is right now.
Yeah.
Because we have those 4 ties. I mean, that's only 1 point each. It's the same as...
I think you're guaranteed, dog, because last cycle, I'm pretty sure like the fourth place team had maybe 11 points or 10 points, so... I think you should be good, but yeah, don't.
But Fresh is also looking strong this fight or this cycle here, so it's really comes down to how they will perform as well.
Yeah, a lot of build rot over here between both teams, but Solstice actually just purchased his Brutalizer, by the way. That's coming out now, so getting some more lockdown here.
Both Magmas and Prisoner will watch here.
Yeah, going by one another.
They do not have backups here. Oh, Magmas.
Okay, well.
He was stunned, but. Oh.
Well, Meraxis, he wasn't paying attention. Nope. He went for Pyromancer middle lane.
Oh, Prisoner was also looking Pyromancer. That's why they did not see him. That's why you have your screen where you are looking somewhere else, but you should actually have seen him on the map.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Silhouette top lane.
That's
the top tower.
The fake one. Doesn't matter, though. Kills the tower, so...
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
They really need to put those defensive voids on the high hills so they see Silhouette come in and try and set up a counter on her. I think that's what they have to do here. At least on the top lane, put a ward there. They have one defensively outside of the base, but I think that's because they expect them to be pushing. But that's not going to happen. Scylla is just going to slowly but surely take down their towers and racks here.
Yeah. Gemini just doing a bit of counter push himself, but is going to eventually port back, looks like, to base right here. He's trying to finish off whatever he's going for, either the Frostal Skull or the Geometer's Bane first. See what he chooses here.
4-man smoke here.
Oh
Silhouette.
my god,
well,
they jump right into it, but they don't go.
I guess they...
Very surprising.
They expect... she does have the token, so...
Yeah. Oh man, that was... she jumped right into them.
Yeah.
But they just did not want to react to it. They felt like something was up. There's a real one. Purge comes out. Obviously, they know it's the real one. Parasite's sitting on top of it. TP, now they need to stop that. Oh, they will stop it, actually. The fake one is here as well, of course. Being locked down, though. Can he swap out at the last second? No, he cannot. Token's going to be used right here. Parasite, a lot of burst damage. He does survive. Meanwhile, in the background, Prisoner going in with that Prisoner break. Does the hook as well. It does not go off with the... Oh, it did, actually. Stunned a couple of players right there. Silhouette, though, I believe is still standing pretty strong. Yeah, the real one definitely is. It's a 1-for-1 so far. No, 1-for-0, actually. Nobody dead on the Hellborn side. It's just simply the token use.
Yeah.
From X.
They almost caught the Magmas, but he managed to get the Stone Spirit off.
Oh, Pyromancer dead. the
wow,
wizard, I think, chased him down.
Oh, nice place on what you got there with the micro. Okay. Did he maybe kill them all? I didn't see that, but could have been something
sure,
like
that. But he does get picked off at least, and again, no buybacks used, so pretty good hold actually for Complexity right there.
They get the token. They still have their racks. I mean, those some good stuff for them for sure.
Absolutely. So they really need this Gemini, though, to start taking off. I mean, that's going to be their only chance. This is like going to have to be a lot longer of a game even for Complexity, I feel like.
I mean, Silhouette is starting to be maxed out in items here, so it's only going to favor them to try and keep up farming. because I mean, when she's maxed out, she can't really do better. So continuing the game from that point is in Complexity's favor, getting those items on Gemini. Of course, they need to watch out for the back door. Yep.
Yeah, that's something, again, they're always going to have to be on top of. That's where post-haste is also going to start playing a role here. You do see Silhouette's had it for a while. Nobody else currently has it, though. But as this game continues to move along here, I'm sure we may start seeing those pop up here and there. Parasite has a full demonic breastplate, by the way, that he finished now. Of course, they have the Abyssal Skull on Gemini, so that's taken care of. And Gemini's in a spot here where, does he save up for his final buyback, or does he actually just upgrade here and get that bigger and better item?
I think he's gonna make sure he has a buyback at all times here and then buy items after that. Because if he gets picked off, I mean, they will probably lose the game if he does not have the buyback. Especially with the tier 3 towers down in 2 lanes and the melee racks at half HP.
That's a real Silhouette for now, but oh, she doesn't have her illusion up, actually. This is a real one. They're going to pick her off. Well that's a start.
There. Huge catch. That's unlike Kesu to do that, actually, without having the illusion up.
He had the Assassin Shroud. I mean, he felt very comfortable here. But that was honestly a very good reaction by Meraxes. He jumped in right as Silhouette opened on the tower. It was a very quick reaction on his part. So
it's a nice catch. That's what they need. Now it opens up the map for them here. To farm their own jungle, push out the lanes. See Gemini taking advantage of that, pushing out the mid. Maybe trying to get a tower here.
Yeah, geez, the secondary towers are still up for Xing. It shows you just how much control they've had this game.
It's a Silhouette for you.
Pebbles ports back. Gonna maybe try to defend this middle lane, but without Silhouette especially, it's a pretty risky move.
She does have the buyback. She might be looking to do that. But I mean, 25 seconds, you really don't want to for tier 2. So I don't think, no.
Okay. Going to be killed, and that'll be the end of that. You do see Solstice. He's going to port back from the top lane, or port a key away even, knowing that they're heading back now. So we're going to see Gemini, I'm sure, purchase whatever his progression is going to be here shortly. Whatever Frost with for the
all of a sudden, Gemini has 5,000 gold. Just a second ago, he had 2,800 or something. And that Silhouette kill freed up some space, and now he has 5,000.
Yeah.
He can buy his next item here.
Whew. There's the full Genjiro in the meantime for Silhouette.
All right.
Okay, wow. No, he just buys both. He's like, screw buyback. I want both Frostal Skull and Geos.
He's all in here. It's honestly okay. It's always the case of, do I have the buyback and then I might buy back? Or do I go for this, buy all these items and then I might not die at all?
Exactly.
So, of course, if the last thing is the case, then that's the right call.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, the bigger and better items you have, the more chance you have to survive and deal more damage and get them killed. So it really is that trade-off you have to think about, and clearly you're under the impression that, you know what, we need to go a little bit all in here to an extent of got to take that gamble. They are behind, and the pressure is definitely real from Silhouette, so they can't bank on Silhouette making a mistake like that again where she pushes without the illusion ready to swap to. So.
And Love put this word here now. I like that. So they will probably be able to see Silhouette when she tries to push in here from that side. It's a very, very smart avoid.
See, clearing out the middle lane right here. Silhouette is clearing out the Legion jungle in the meantime. 20 seconds left on that illusion. We'll see if he looks to make a play once that is up, of course.
Melee-Rex is almost full HP as well here from the Legion side in the mid lane. It was down to 300-400 HP, so it's good for them.
Oh yeah, regen a bit.
Sorry for interrupting there.
No, that's fine. Talking about Solstice. Oh, actually, Solstice. What a find! He happens to catch him here. I don't know if it's going to be a kill. Yep, maybe.
Nice.
Pulls him in. That is a kill. Solstice, he does have buyback, though. He's making it last forever, too. Finally, he's taken out.
Excellent catch there.
Yeah, he just blindly jumped in there. He's just hoping.
Look at Silhouette meanwhile. Solstice got caught. They stop for heroes. It's going to go in down bottom.
Yeah. Yep, she swaps middle there. And she runs away. So, of course, that is a fake one here. So they purge.
People might wonder why he doesn't go for the racks that are exposed, but the racks do regen again, and he's afraid that they might regen full again, so that his backdoor doesn't do anything. Whereas defensive towers, they don't regen, so that's permanent damage to them compared to Raxes.
Yeah.
That's why he's doing it like that.
Silhouette occupied at the top lane. She has another 3,200 gold saved up herself. So as you mentioned earlier, though, she is pretty much at that full inventory. I mean, I guess you're at a point where you could argue maybe selling the portal key to get just Savage Mace or something.
Yeah, but that's if you want to fight. If you don't want to fight and want to keep doing this backdoor, the portal key is very good for her. So yeah, it's better in fight probably, but it might also be worse. So in terms of backdooring.
You see Gemini, again, he popped both the Frostwolf and the Geometer's Bane, but now he has enough for a buyback here, his final buyback of 2,400 gold saved up, so he'll sit on that for a little bit here, I'm sure. Make sure that he has that. Kongor's got to be up soon, I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure X-Sync may be very interested in that with the way they've been controlling the map here.
Yeah, Gemini could also do some start backdooring with his illusions. They're also very powerful at this point. He has a lot of stats, so could be doing that himself now.
You see the illusions, man. This range Raxes may fall to just illusions from 100% to 0.
My.
Even
really,
with them trying to defend.
Off the glyph.
They had to glyph.
Purge the main illusion.
Oh my gosh. You see, the range Rax, of course, regens much faster than the melee Rax, so
yeah,
should be fine there, but jeez. That's got to be
it's
so
fortification
frustrating.
there. That might be huge here in the next 5 minutes.
I wonder what Luna's going for, by the way. She has 3,500 gold saved up here.
I think either Storm Spirit or working towards something like a Sheepstick or a Hellflower is the way to go here.
Got both sides, some gold being saved up in general. Of course, Gemini. You got Moraxis, another 2,350. Parasite, 2,500. A lot of big items going to be coming out here. Storm Spirit finished on Fuzzy Sloth here, by the way. So, yeah, much different style of build here this game. More of a supportish utility here. Initiator. Silhouette going in once again. She's going to jump in Nullfire, though. Kill the illusion right away.
Yep.
Well played there from Aluna. I actually wonder if you argue that maybe, like, Prisoner, or not Prisoner, probably more Axis, and maybe get a Nullfire Blade, too. Just having a second one
Yeah,
here.
just get 2 of them. It wouldn't be out of the question to get that. Would be a fine pickup, especially in Raxus. Prisoner got the Storm Spirit, so it's a good pickup. So I would assume Aluna going for something like a Hellflower or the Sheepstick. Hellflower does boost her auto attack damage as well, so it could possibly be that, but we'll have to wait and see here. Both choices are good.
Magma's falling back as realizing that they're coming out. So, it's, again, we've been in this state of every once in a while maybe a pick happens, but really for the last half hour here, it's just been a very, very slow game between these two teams. Really picking and choosing their fights. Very, very safe here as far as where they want to go. And it's been in control of X-Sync as far as the map control. Of course, Silhouette, the big reason for that. But as it goes back to, I mean, as this game continues to go on, Gemini will get to a point, you figure, where they can say, you know what, let's just group up and push. Because we're not going to die.
Yeah, they can go 5, yeah.
That's what they're waiting for here.
Silhouette.
There we go. Another Nullfire Blade picked up, this one on Parasite. You see Silhouette up here. Gonna get 1 kill. There you go, Gemini. Doing everything. Meanwhile, Kongor's going down from X-Sync. Yeah. Can't do much about that, though. It's going to be a token for... I don't know, man. Actually, I don't think Silhouette's getting this token. I think it's going to be Solstice, maybe.
Nope, she has full items, so...
Oh, Pebbles gets it, okay.
Bananas, yeah, I like that.
Alright. But yeah, Nullfire Blade now on Parasite as well, so we do see that here. Again, I would not be surprised if Moraxis actually goes for 1 too. Like, it really, it's with so many illusions, just being able to kill them instantly.
I think you're right. That's probably his next item.
And those are clearly the big issue here, so. Gemini, 4,800 gold saved up. I'm guessing the Behemoth's Heart seems like it's that or Wingbow, actually, but...
Yep, Wingbow's also good here. Boosts his move speed as well as attack damage and the evasion, of course.
Something tells me, though, Silhouette might get the Savage next here, though. Some of the Portuguese Savage like we're talking about, so... I don't know if that.
I think if Gemini buys the Wingbow here, she will probably sell the portal key for that. At some point, at least. She might even just have it in base, and then if they get to a team fight situation, she will swap the blink for it. But right now, I think she'll stick on to having the portal key. I mean, she cannot backdoor as effectively without the portal key. As you see here, she's trying to go in again.
There we go. Oh, that's the real one? No, no.
Yeah, it was the real one, but they didn't have. Yeah.
No follow-up. Good attempt. Red power throw through though on the creep wave. See them pushing up. Look at this X-Sync. I mean, they do got the token, so bananas. There's a nullifier blade on Oscar, by the way. So yep.
Yeah, there we go. Good pickup.
Really liking the nullifier here.
Also, it's almost 60 minutes now. One Rax doesn't really matter if you lose that. It's more important that you don't lose 5 heroes in the attempt to get a single lane of Rax. Double Rax is definitely a problem, but you have to make sure that you don't sacrifice too much to get it at this point of the game.
The fact that a Barracks hasn't actually died yet is actually pretty surprising for me. I think that's good news for complexity. Yep. I mean, especially against a Silhouette who's just had a great farm this whole game. They have not lost a single Rax yet. And that's gotta be a good feeling at least. So they've accomplished there.
For sure. And Gemini bought the Wingbow here.
Yes,
so,
he did.
It's a good pickup.
So I'm sure you mentioned KZ. If it wasn't thinking it, probably definitely now. The Savage Mace is pretty impactful here again. So, I don't know, could you see selling the Nullstone even for or the Portal Key? You'd sell that first.
I think if he sells his Nullstone, it's to get a Shrunken Head. That's all I can see. Then he can blink in, use his Shrunken Head, actually right-click the racks and get them.
Yeah.
With the Shrunken Head activated, and then swap out again.
Jump on a Parasite, the quick counter though. Here comes another hook as well. Prison Break is out, chuck away. Pebble's in trouble. He does have the token, remember. Storm Spirit in the air. Gonna be fine for now. We'll die shortly after. No, another Storm Spirit actually coming out. He finally does die though. Gemini holding his ground with that Shrunken Head. So many illusions though. Eruption being channeled in the background. Magmus going in. He does not stun though. He finally stuns. Not the most damage though, but Pebbles now follows up. Prisoner getting low. He will go down and he's not buying back. Meanwhile, Pebbles getting low himself once again. They're diving pretty deep. They are. Silhouette. She is dead. She, of course, has 2 buybacks here. Wouldn't be surprised to see one at least. Pebbles, he's jumping back in. Throws out the chuck. There's the buyback, by the way. Looking at TP in. Down goes Aluna. Gemini is going to fall. He doesn't have a buyback. That could do it, actually. Yep. X-Sync probably just broke it.
The Silhouette buyback there is a big factor. There's also a nice stun from Aluna onto the Silhouette that secured red stun, that secured the kill there when she blinked in. But they dove too far here, and now they're paying the price. Don't have buybacks. Yeah. Silhouette, meanwhile, taking the top racks. It might be game breaking.
I think it could very likely be. You see the bottom, that's definitely going down. Aluna's doing all that she can, but not nearly enough. There goes the top as well, so the split is real. They're going to go towards middle now, and that very likely could just be melee or mega creeps, excuse me. And of course, that pretty much is GG if that's the case here. You do see complexity. They're going to hang in there. See if they can make something happen. I mean, maybe go for the all-in crazy once Gemini is up here. But now they have mega creeps. And here we go.
I think they're gonna, when they respawn, they will try and go for the all-in on the throne here. Very low chance of success, but it's still there.
Might as well give it a shot.
At this point, you might as well try.
This is a 99.9% chance of victory for X-Sync here. Pending some amazing miracle from complexity. So, especially against a Silhouette who's going to constantly pressure if you do try to counter push. But Magus is still hanging around, actually. So, yeah, here we go. Resurrecting. Again, you can't just, you literally have to just go. You can't actually try to farm out the creep waves. But, I mean, they're just too powerful, I think. But they're going to try, at least.
Yep.
Keep them pushed away for now. You see how long it's taken Gemini to kill a single creep. That's a really farmed Gemini.
4 auto attacks. So, and he has 300 damage per hit. So, they do have the Luna Power throw here, helping out a bit. But
yeah.
Wait, is that the real Magnus down here?
It is. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, he's just putting voids here.
Oh,
okay. That's pretty smart. Yep.
Interesting. What if he's gonna like puzzle box and like post haste in everyone? Something crazy like that.
That's an option. He has 6.5k gold here. I mean, getting all 6 lanes or 3 lanes of racks definitely boost the DPM of your team here.
Yeah. Well, you see a Shrunken Head is purchased. He sells the Nullstone, buys a Shrunken, so he's going to keep the Portal Key, though. Not too concerned about a Savage Mace. his silhouette,
I mean,
but
there have been some crazy comebacks, but if they manage to come back from this, that's gonna be insane here.
this would be
But they're
top of the
actually
line.
holding the way. They are holding the lanes here, so. But I just think it's until the Hellborn heroes start to move into the vicinity here that the creeps are gonna be a huge problem. Almost cast
Almost. I mean, he still
Look
would
at
have a second
Pyromancer.
buyback, but
He's spelling out GG with items. Okay.
oh, I love it. No, see that's a way to BM without being 2 BM. The other team has no clue what's going on right now.
For
That's
sure.
great. He's trying
Minor
so hard.
Totem GG coming out.
Meanwhile, the base is again still being destroyed. So, is he actually going to complete this? I mean, he has to do this for a while. Oh, it's in the what's in the base? USA. They're just letting the creeps do their thing. Teltuck's like, guys, I know I'm a ringer, but come on.
I can't sit here all day.
Yeah. He's trying to win while the rest of the team is spelling out GG and USA. Oh, I love it. That's pretty funny. So, but yeah, I mean, welcome to Mega Creeps. Just the fact that they can do this and still like feel very, very, very confident this is an easy victory is pretty funny. But basically what it is. Yeah, he doesn't have anything anymore. I mean, complexity, they're still, never surrenders, definitely real here. They're just grinding it out, man.
There's a chance of the 5-man wipe into
silhouette.
5-man wipe or something.
Jumps in. I mean, he's all in here, so he's going to die. Okay.
But he can just do this again when he resurrects. So then he gets the next tower and then so on.
Yeah, if he does that again, though, I mean, he's staying dead. So it's a little bit of an issue there. But again, with the Mega Creeps...
he does have a buyback, so
yeah.
if Complexity doesn't use this advantage, or try to, but they they can't really do it, so
that's a good
he has the
point,
post-haste, so...
Yeah, you, need post-haste to come back from Mega Creeps. I don't think it's possible to not have post-haste and come back.
You need some sort of backdoor potential here.
Yeah.
And then all in the shrine, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the case is, but they're still gonna just do all they can to try to make it happen. But again, if things play out like we expect them to here, this means it will end in a tie, and thus both teams will end up with 1 point as a result of this. So Xink will come through and at least get that 1 point, which is good for them. Complexity, they'll take the 1 point themselves, and they'll put them at 10 total, actually. So
I don't think any team is too unhappy with that result.
No.
I mean, both teams have been playing well here, especially Complexity have been improving a lot here.
Oh yeah.
For this season, so.
And Xink obviously
Fantastic
playing with a
team.
ringer as well, and there's that to take into consideration.
Yeah.
So
I still will say he has been playing very, very well for being a ringer here. He's been doing a heck of a job, having some huge ultimate tier options, and also in the first game doing pretty well.
yeah.
I mean, he was the first one to ever blink this game as an offlane Magnus. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, he's definitely stepped up, and yeah, I mean, from the looks of it, it doesn't seem like it really has had a huge impact, but you never know, to be fair. So
I mean, stepping into Matthias' shoes here and playing as well as him is a hard task as well. So.
Well, we have a pause now and a PC, so
Hillborn pause.
all right. Let's see where this goes.
He is disconnected. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a manual disconnect though, so I assume he's just quickly restarting or something. But this is definitely dragging out here, just a little bit.
Yep.
Just a little bit. Hopefully you don't have much to do tonight, Nier.
No.
Here for
Considering
another hour.
if I should watch the match tonight in NFL here.
Oh yeah, you NFL fan?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I have 3 fantasy players, so playing tonight.
Oh, who's your team? Who do you like?
Philadelphia Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles. All
Off
right.
to a rough start here.
Yes, you are. You and good old Chip Kelly. Not to the greatest start, but it's early. It's only 1 game in.
It's early, first game. So.
You got Dallas coming up, I think, right? Yeah.
Yep, it's gonna be a huge match.
That's
Dallas looks strong against the Giants here. So.
Yeah, that should be a good one. Yeah, I don't have anyone in tonight's game, actually. I do on my fantasy team as well, but nobody's playing tonight. Two bad teams, so why would I? I'm a Charger fan, so they happen to be in the same division.
Okay.
These guys.
I had Freddy Rivers last year. He was good for every week almost.
Yeah, he's a good
except for 2, I think. So he was good for me.
He's a consistent guy. Oh, look at this. Okay, now that's a little B in there. Especially with mega creeps.
Yep.
He's ready. All right, well, they're grinding this out though, so.
I've always found it kind of interesting with the pauses. That like in theory you could just unpause anytime you want, and also if it's a strat pause, are you allowed to unpause and just keep going? Because it's honestly ruining a bit of momentum if you're the team that are doing very well. It's always been a little bit of a fun subject, I think.
Yeah, I mean, pauses, it's an interesting one because it's one of those really... Okay, well, here we go, by the way. Silhouette. That was a thing again. It's definitely a gray area. It is, because I think a lot of it comes down to really just having trust in the players that they're not going to abuse it. That's what it comes down to. I mean, it's just one of those things that... Because you could say we could be strict and be like no pauses at all, even if a player DCs and everything. And like you could do that, but then that's a little over the top. And then when a DC does happen, then it really sucks. And so it really is a fine line, definitely. But
there has also been cases where you've been playing and you're doing very well, and then the enemy team pauses, and it's a strat pause.
Yeah. And
then you're like, okay, it actually ruins a bit of our momentum if we're sitting here waiting for 10 minutes or 5 even. So
yeah,
we would like to go right away. Is it then okay to unpause? But then they could just pause again right away. So.
Well, I think
it's
obviously if there's nothing actually going on in terms of an actual DC, or we notice that, or then making a point that I think there is kind of a thing where it's like you get like 5 minutes and then you gotta go, or as the team that wants to unpause the game, you just have an admin come in or make try to move it along here. So, but hopefully that's not something. I mean, from my experience, that really has not been a huge issue ever.
No, that hasn't really.
Pretty good with that.
It's just while we are watching Mega Creeps trying to destroy the base.
I know. What else is there to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. Because complexity, they ain't no quitters. They are staying till the end.
They basically need to kill the entire Hell 1 team once. Then they need to move out, and then the entire Hell 1 team has to buy back and post haste back, and then they have to get back themselves and kill them again, and then they can go for the Hell 1 throne. So a lot of things has to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah. Well, they're getting a... I mean, see, that's the other thing, too, that I have to remind myself even, is that Mega Creeps, not only are they just more life, just harder to kill, they do a lot more damage, but you also get less gold from them. So it's like all these things that come together. So you would think like, okay, well, at least they're sitting back getting all this crazy farm. Not really. I mean, it's actually minimal gold that they're getting for each of these creep kills here. I think it's like 20 per creep kill that he's getting, from what I can tell. So...
At the same time, the enemy team only has the jungle to farm. There's no lane creeps, because the lane creeps are, of course, getting killed by the mega creeps.
That's a good point, yeah. So I guess they're not really getting a whole lot more farm themselves, but...
No, but it's definitely... the game is slowing down.
Silhouette's just
They're just taunting.
Oh my god. What are we doing?
He has double Frostbolt Skull in Gemini. Just for the stats, I guess.
Wait, what? Okay, he does. I don't get that.
I think Behemoth Pirate is more valuable,
yeah.
But maybe he has checked something out in practice mode or something, that this is better.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Well, I will be honest to not know what is the best here, since he's doing this.
I think they're finally trying to push in here. Silhouette is going to die with the token. Of course, comes right back up. Again, has a buyback, worst case, killing the tower right there. They do pick off Mickey on Pebble. Silhouette doesn't even care, he's going right for the shrine. She is going to swap out, actually, at the last second, and nope, she does die at the end. All right, so, well, the World Tree is exposed now, as Solstice is still well alive here, and here come the creeps, so he's going to die, but now they have to deal with all these creeps that are massively pushed in. Another base Parasite. Uh-oh.
A lot of range creeps hitting the racks here.
Gotta kill them. Oh, there you go, takes out Magnus. All right, so they're going to hold.
And now they have to go.
There's still hope.
I know they really can't, but this is where they kind of have to. Luna picked up a Thunder Cloud to clear the creep waves. good pickup here.
Yeah, I noticed
Charged
that.
hammer, nice.
Yeah, full charged hammer might as well.
Even nice going for it now. He has to. He also has a buyback, right? If he dies. Yep.
He does, yeah. Okay, I mean, good luck. They still have all the base towers, the racks. They still have secondary towers on bottom and top even.
I mean, they actually do not have buybacks. Only Celoid has and sells this. But you need 2,500 at this point, I think, to buy back.
He's gonna see the GG.
He's waiting for it. No, he can't see enemy items on the ground.
Oh, you know, no, right, okay. Okay, he's going in
Only
right here, but
see it. So, damage on the T3 tower mid.
oh boy.
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, all that work, and then this.
But I mean, they traded damage on the tier 3 for 2 towers on the tier 4 towers and half HP on the wall tree, so
I
will
think
not
they'll take
work in
it.
the end. But-
Resto's KZU loves the side M. Resto Stone.
Double illusion? How does that work actually? Can you use it and rest a stone and use? No, I don't think you can.
No,
Then just
it would
swap, I
kill
guess.
the
Yep.
other one. Yeah.
Yep.
That would be weird though. Yeah. Swap between the three.
I'll have to admit, it's the first time I've seen rest a stone on Silhouette. So.
It's the first time, yes, because it's not good on Silhouette.
Yep.
But this is one of those games. Gemini? All right, well, I guess you kill in the background. Silhouette's like, YOLO!
So like, I'm going in here, guys.
Jumping in. Geometer's bench, she's going right for the little tree. She
Solid
pops it.
split
Yeah.
Geometer.
She popped the Resto Stone, double
pops
Geometer's vein.
Slap this in though.
I think this is it here.
Yep.
I think
Might be
the
coming
end
to an
is
end here.
here. GG. Well played. The game is over. Whew. Well, that went a lot longer than it should have.
Yep.
But
Came down to them losing that fight and then not having the buybacks. Turned into a triple lane of racks for X-Sync here.
yeah,
So they gotta be annoyed for diving there, because they were actually fine in winning that fight. That was what it came down to in the end.
yeah,
An interesting series here.
it was. It was a very interesting series indeed, and that definitely could have been a 2-0 for complexity. But again, X-Sync, the silhouette factor a little too strong, and that's really what it came down to. So it does end in a tie, and that means they will each get a point. And these are how the standings look updated here. So once again, guys, I don't have the results from the other matches included. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get them here. So, oh, no, it looks like I do. 1 second. Fresh beat Revolution 2-0, and then Rexars and Sana Esports tied. So that's how things are looking as far as today. So this isn't updated with that.